Welcome back to the channel Coin Star. Today, we're diving into something truly exciting for all you coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and treasure hunters out there. In this video, we're going to talk about a penny that could be hiding in your pocket or collection, worth a jaw-dropping $22,000. Yes, you heard that right, $22,000. I'm talking about the 1986 Lincoln penny with a mint mark, and it's a rare coin that can make you a small fortune. Stay tuned as we uncover its history, value, and how you can spot this incredible treasure. First, let's quickly cover the basics of the Lincoln penny, just to set the stage. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its debut in 1909. It features the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Over the years, the design has remained largely unchanged, with a few updates and variations along the way. It's one of the most recognized coins in the world, and its historical significance is immense. But while most Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent, there's a specific version from 1986 that stands out, and it could be worth thousands. Now, let's focus on the 1986 Lincoln penny. In general, this coin was minted in large numbers, and for most collectors, it's just a standard coin from the mid-1980s. However, one particular detail sets some of these coins apart, making them incredibly valuable: its mint mark. If you look closely at the coin, you'll notice a small letter right next to the date. This mint mark tells you where the coin was made. The most common mint marks for the 1986 Lincoln penny are P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But it's the D mint mark that holds the key to a potential fortune. Here's where it gets interesting. The 1986 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark is the one you'll want to keep an eye out for. This penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and while most 1986 pennies are not worth much more than face value, this one has a rare and significant feature that makes it stand out from the rest. Coin experts and collectors have been buzzing about this particular penny for years. While most of the 1986 D pennies are common and easily found in circulation, there are a few that have an incredibly rare defect, making them extremely valuable. Let's break it down. Some of the 1986 D Lincoln pennies feature a unique error. It's an extremely rare die error that makes these pennies far more valuable than their face value. This error typically shows up as a doubling or misalignment in the mint mark or the date, which means these coins are often misidentified as mistakes or misprints. However, this isn't just a small error, this is the kind of flaw that makes the coin highly sought after by collectors and numismatists alike. Coins with these errors are highly coveted because they represent a part of American coinage history that was never intended to exist. A misaligned mint mark or a doubling effect means that these coins are unique and scarce, making them incredibly valuable. And while this might sound like a needle in a haystack situation, the fact that a few of these pennies are out there, and still floating around in circulation, means there's a real chance you could stumble upon one. A shot of a 1986 D penny being placed under a magnifying glass, with price tags popping up around it. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: the value. While a regular 1986 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark might only be worth a few cents, a rare, error-filled 1986 D penny could fetch as much as $22,000. That's right, $22,000 for just one penny. This is what makes the 1986 D penny such a game-changer for coin collectors. It's not every day you come across a penny worth such a staggering amount of money. But here's the thing: these error coins are incredibly rare, so don't expect to find one in every jar of pennies you come across. The odds of finding one of these error coins in circulation are slim, but it's not impossible. You might be wondering, how do you know if your penny is worth such a huge sum? Let's go over the key signs you need to look for. Here's how you can identify a rare 1986 D penny with a valuable die error. First, you'll want to closely inspect the mint mark. If the D looks doubled or misaligned in any way, that's a key indicator. You might also see a faint or blurred D, another sign of an error. Additionally, check the date and the overall quality of the coin. The best way to spot a rare error is by using a magnifying glass or a coin loop, which will help you identify even the smallest of imperfections. So, what if you do find one of these rare 1986 D pennies with a mint mark error? What should you do next? Well, if you believe you've got a valuable coin, the first thing you'll want to do is get it appraised. There are plenty of reputable coin dealers and numismatic experts who can evaluate your coin and help you determine its exact value. You can also list it for sale on popular auction sites like eBay, or check out specialized online coin marketplaces. To wrap things up, the 1986 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark could be worth $22,000 if it has a rare error. So, take a close look at your change, inspect your pennies, and who knows, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. As always, make sure to get any rare coins professionally appraised to confirm their value. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin tips and tricks, and share this video with your friends who love collecting. Hold on tight, coin collectors and enthusiasts, because today, we're diving deep into the story of a coin that could be worth an astounding $80,000, the 1979 D Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, from 1979, minted in Denver, that could make you thousands, and possibly even tens of thousands of dollars. But why? What makes this humble cent so valuable? Stick with us as we explore the history, the rarity, and the potential worth of this elusive penny, coin lovers. If you've ever had a penny in your pocket and wondered if it might be worth something more than just 1 cent, today's your lucky day. The 1979 D Lincoln penny, while appearing as just another regular coin from the 1970s, holds a fascinating story of rarity, error, and value. You won't believe how much this little coin can be worth, so let's get into it. First, let's start with the basics. The 1979 D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. At first glance, it looks just like any other penny you might find in your pocket. The obverse features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse shows the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial. Abraham Lincoln, of course, was the 16th President of the United States, and his image has been featured on the penny since 1909, the year the coin was first introduced to commemorate the centennial of his birth. But what makes the 1979 D penny stand out isn't just the design. It's something much rarer. So, what's the big deal with the 1979 D penny? The story begins with a rare error in the minting process. In 1979, there was a particularly odd mistake that happened with the dies used to strike these pennies. Some of these coins were struck with a misaligned or doubled die, which means that the design appeared more than once on the coin, giving it a doubled or ghosted appearance. This is a type of error known as a double die variety. These double strikes occurred when the coin die was struck more than once, and because the die was misaligned, it caused a slight duplication of the design. This led to some fascinating visual effects, especially on the lettering and numbers. On the 1979 D penny, you'll notice that the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions are doubled, giving them a blurred, shadowy effect. The date 1979 is also affected, and the doubling can be seen clearly when you inspect the coin closely. Now, not every 1979 D penny is worth a small fortune. In fact, the vast majority of these coins are just regular, everyday pennies. However, those that show the double die error are a different story. They are extremely rare and sought after by collectors. So, how rare are they exactly? According to the experts, it's estimated that only a small percentage of the 1979 D pennies have this error. The majority of these double die pennies were produced in the earlier part of the year, and the error was caught and corrected quickly, which is why it's so difficult to find one in circulation today. But just how much is a 1979 D double die penny worth? Well, the value can vary depending on its condition and the extent of the doubling, but some of these rare coins have sold for an astonishing $80,000. That's right, $80,000 for a penny that most people wouldn't think twice about tossing into their change jar. In fact, one of the highest recorded sales for a 1979 D double-die penny was at an auction, where it fetched over $80,000. This particular coin was in near-perfect condition, with clear and visible doubling on the inscriptions. The buyer saw the potential in this rare coin, and the price skyrocketed. So, how do you know if your 1979 D penny is worth a fortune? The key is to look for the double-die error. It's not something you'll typically find just by glancing at a coin, so you'll need to examine it closely under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Pay attention to the letters, the date, and especially the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." That's where the doubling is most noticeable. Take your time when inspecting these pennies. Even slight doubling can increase the value of the coin. But the more dramatic the doubling, the higher the price tag. Of course, condition plays a major role as well. Coins in better condition, such as those with minimal wear and a sharp strike, will always command a higher price. Coin collectors and dealers will often grade the condition of a coin based on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin with a grade of MS 60 is in mint state, but it has some noticeable imperfections. MS 65 coins are in much better shape, with only light wear. And MS 70 coins are perfect, no flaws whatsoever. If you happen to find a 1979 D double-die penny in MS 65 or higher condition, you could be looking at a value in the tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about how you can get your hands on one of these valuable coins. First, check your own change jar or any pennies you might have lying around. You'd be surprised how many people have overlooked these rare coins simply because they didn't know what they were looking for. Even if you don't find a 1979 D double-die penny in your collection, there are plenty of coin dealers, auctions, and online marketplaces where you can find one for sale. Just remember, you'll want to make sure that the coin is authenticated and graded before you make any purchases. There are plenty of counterfeit or altered coins out there, so it's important to work with trusted sources. One way to ensure authenticity is by buying a coin that's been graded and certified by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations provide third-party authentication, which can help you avoid any issues with fake or altered coins. So, there you have it. The 1979 D Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your pocket right now, and it could be worth a small fortune. With its rare double-die error and the potential to fetch up to $80,000, this coin is one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies you'll ever come across. Remember, keep your eyes peeled and your magnifying glass ready, you never know when you'll find the next big treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and rare coins in the world of numismatics, the 1999 Lincoln penny with a specific mint mark that could make you thousands of dollars richer. That's right, some of these pennies are worth a whopping $62,000. I know, it sounds unbelievable, but stick around because we're going to break it all down, the history, the rarity, and how you can find this hidden treasure. Let's get into it. Before we jump into the specifics of the 1999 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent, as it's officially called, has been around since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The iconic portrait of Lincoln has graced the face of this penny for over a century, and it's still in circulation today. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes, with one of the most significant being the introduction of the Union Shield reverse design in 2010. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's focus on the 1999 penny and what makes it so special. The 1999 Lincoln penny is like many other pennies from the 1990s in terms of design. The obverse features the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, both symbols that have been present on pennies for decades. However, what sets some of the 1999 pennies apart is something a little more subtle: the mint mark. Now, most pennies are minted at one of the 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each facility has its own mint mark to indicate where the coin was produced. For the 1999 penny, the most common mint marks are D for Denver and P for Philadelphia. But here's where it gets interesting: there's a rare 1999 penny that carries a S mint mark, which stands for the San Francisco Mint. You're probably wondering, what's so special about the S mint mark on a 1999 penny? Well, let me explain. In 1999, the U.S. Mint did something a little unusual. While most pennies were struck at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, a small number of 1999 pennies were struck at the San Francisco Mint. And it's this very small number that makes the 1999 S Lincoln penny so rare and valuable. Now, you might be asking, why was it so rare? Well, the answer lies in the fact that the San Francisco Mint primarily produced proof coins that year, which are special editions of coins made for collectors. Regular circulation pennies were generally not made at the San Francisco Mint in 1999. So, the 1999 S penny that wasn't meant for collectors is an anomaly, a coin that was unintentionally produced in very limited numbers. Finding one of these rare 1999 S pennies is not easy. In fact, they're so rare that they're incredibly sought after by coin collectors and investors alike. So, if you happen to have one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how much could a 1999 S Lincoln penny with a mint mark be worth? Well, let me tell you, this is where things get really exciting. While most 1999 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the 1999 S penny can fetch you up to $62,000. That's right, $62,000. And no, I'm not exaggerating. The key to this incredible value is the rarity of the coin. The 1999 S Lincoln penny was produced in such small numbers that it's become one of the most coveted coins among collectors. The value of these rare pennies has skyrocketed over the years, and in some cases, certain well-preserved examples have been known to sell for prices well into the tens of thousands of dollars. How can I tell if I have one of these rare 1999 S pennies? Well, let's go over how you can identify this elusive coin. The first thing you'll want to do is check the mint mark on the coin. If it's an S mint mark, then you're on the right track. But keep in mind, it should be small and located just beneath the date on the obverse of the penny. The value of a coin depends heavily on its condition. A penny in mint condition, often referred to as uncirculated, will be worth much more than a worn-down or damaged coin. So, look for a penny that has sharp details and no signs of heavy wear. Some of the 1999 S pennies were struck as proof coins, which means they have a shiny, mirror-like finish. These coins are typically more valuable than regular circulation pennies. Now, let's talk about what factors can influence the value of a 1999 S Lincoln penny. While the mint mark is the most obvious indicator, there are a few other things that can make a 1999 S penny worth more or less. As I mentioned earlier, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins in proof or mint condition, which have little to no wear, will be worth more than those that are worn or damaged. If your penny looks almost as good as the day it was struck, it's going to fetch a much higher price. Since only a small number of these pennies were produced, their rarity makes them highly desirable. The fewer of these coins that are available, the more valuable they become. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and sometimes the demand for a particular coin can drive its value up even higher. If there's a sudden surge in interest in 1999 S pennies, the price could increase even more. Coins that have been professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC), or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), tend to fetch higher prices. These services evaluate the coin's condition and assign it a grade, which helps buyers and sellers determine its true value. So, let's say you find a 1999 Lincoln penny in your collection, or you happen to stumble upon one at a coin shop or even a yard sale. How do you sell it for the highest price possible? Here are a few tips. If you believe your 1999 penny is in great condition, consider having it professionally graded. This will help potential buyers understand the quality of the coin and could increase its value. If you're looking to sell your penny, be sure to do so through reputable dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare coins. These outlets have the expertise and market access to get you the best price. If you want to reach a wider audience of collectors, consider putting your 1999 penny up for auction. Online auction platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions have seen many rare coins fetch incredible prices. Finally, stay informed about the market trends for rare coins. Prices can fluctuate based on demand, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on the value of your coin to ensure you're selling at the right time. So, there you have it, everything you need to know about the rare and valuable 1999 Lincoln penny. With a potential value of $62,000, it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Remember, it all comes down to the mint mark, the condition, and the rarity of the coin. If you happen to find one of these, you could be holding on to a true treasure.